This video, I'm going to be breaking down how to run double mug in College Football 25. You can do this out of pretty much any double mug in the game. I'm going to be doing it out of the nickel 3-3 double mug because it's in the majority of good playbooks in this game. And we're going to be in the 3-2-6 defensive playbook. Now, what you want to do with this defense, in my personal opinion, is put safeties in the middle spots for pressure. They're going to be they're just going to work a little bit better in my opinion. So I put safeties here. I actually like to put linebackers on the outside or just fat like linebackers in general that can rush the passer, just players that can play in the pass rush game, but also players that can play a little coverage. And then the DTs, I don't really like defensive tackles. I want fast defensive ends in those positions, okay? And you could do this from man or zone as a basic concept. I'm going to show you really, I'm going to base out of man coverage for this, but again, you could do it out of either one. Now, the way that I like to run this defense is essentially to user a defensive end. And the reason why I like to do that is I'll show you kind of, and normally I'm going to use her this right side guy, but you can really use her either one. So what you're going to do is you are just going to have whatever set up whatever coverage you want to set up behind the blitz. In this example right here, maybe I man my user up to the linebacker or whatever, right? Like I could do whatever, but I'm just gonna bring him in and I'm gonna stand as close to this DT as I can. At the snap of the ball, I'm going to run out to the flat. And then what I typically will do is I'll like switch stick onto this backside hook curl. And you could man this guy up on the run, whatever you want to do. So you're going to see her run up to the flat and you're going to see what happens. So I'm going to go back and replay and I want to explain why I really like this blitz in this game. And because what's going to basically happen is they're going to have to, when they see this right here, if they're not paying attention, they're going to get absolutely ran out of the game. So as you see right here, and this is because of our hover, you're going to be able to trigger this interior A gap pressure from the safeties coming right at the middle. And what they're going to have to do to stop this is they're either going to have to block a running back or a tight end. So it's truly a 5 out, like it's a 5v5, and it's really best against 5 out. Now, I understand obviously that if they block somebody, this is going to change this. But as you see right here, like this is fairly consistent. Now, what I'll show you as well is what if we wanted to use her over here, right? Let's say we were in a formation. We thought the advantage was to maybe use her over here. So let's just say, for example, we're running a defense like this, okay? So what you're going to see here is basically the same result. It's just going to flip sides. So again, my main user is I want to get as close to this guy as possible. At the snap of the ball, I'm going to run outside, basically to the hard flat. I'm going to instantly run out there, and you're going to see that a lot of times it's going to open up this A-gap or a disengage of some sort, right? It's going to be something. So you'll see here again. Let me try to just get this close and see if we can trigger right there. I think honestly, and this is what happens. This is what happens when they run like a bunch set. This is why you pretty much always want to use your opposite side of the bunch. So like if it was flipped like this here, this we could do something like this, and we want to send the blitz off this right side. So again, you see here, and this time you see it's either going to come from the edge or that disengage. I will say in practice mode, I find that the blitzes sometimes there's like I don't know if it's adaptive AI or what it is, but I feel like sometimes the blitzes just kind of randomly will get picked up. When they're in game, it's a little bit more consistent in my opinion. So, anyways, all that to say, like it's a 5-on-5. It's really fast pressure, and you can get it on either side typically. So let me try one other thing to kind of get this for you guys. I'm going to contain to try to get this to come in a little bit better. You're seeing we're getting a disengage, but we're just not getting it from the safety. Some of that is, this guy being a linebacker versus this guy on the left being a D end. You'll see here again. See that super clean A gap pressure. And again, that's the whole idea. That's what we're trying to accomplish. So what happens when they start to block people and what's the pressure plan from there? So if they block a running back, watch what happens here. You're going to see I'm cool with that right there. I'm totally cool with that. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm not even. I'm actually cool with the pressure you would get from that, honestly. Now, what I like to do though off of this is I like to do kind of a send three, send four, where I'll zone both these DNs out. So like, let's say, we wanted to play a little bit more coverage. I would do, something like this, for example. And the reason that I like to do this is because if they block a running back, the running back always blocks the safety, and he will have a chance. to basically shed the running back instantly and get a sack. And there's a lot of like pressure that you're going to feel from this type of look. Another thing that I'll do on a send four is if I know they're probably going to block a running back, I'll contain these DTs, which will kind of keep this quarterback in the pocket and really just isolate this running back one on one. Does a good job of kind of managing the pocket. Another thing that I'll do from time to time here is you can, against blocked running back, send six like this and sometimes get this around. But in general, I really like just sending five or four. So the other thing that I'll do, again, I like to use our DNs. So another thing that I will do off of this is I'll make sure that I keep this DN on the left in the pass rush. So what I'll do is I'll take one of these linebackers, I don't care which one, and I'll put him in coverage. So like in this example, we'll take this guy on the right and we'll put him in coverage on the running back. So see here, technically we're still only sending four. And what I like to do here is maybe like a shade down man. We can man this guy up on the tight end. We're anticipating that they block the running back. If they don't, we can man our user up and kind of user him ourselves. But the reason I'm going through this here is what I like about this right here is shade down man is really good, and this is the perfect formation to do it in. And then also the other thing is you're going to get a one-on-one on the edge, and these pass rush angles are actually pretty decent. So it's a nice way to kind of build a shed D within this. But in general, guys, in this game, I think the biggest thing is getting them to block a running back. This defense will 100% do that for you. And then if you really, really, really want to get that pressure to come in, you're going to have to either use a slot corner or safety. And if they do block a running back, you'll see here a lot of times we're gonna be able to attack it. The one thing that I don't like about this defense is, or at least that you have to be kind of aware of, is if they block a tight end, right? If you block a tight end, it pretty much is gonna block this blitz no matter what. It's gonna make it harder. So what I like to do again is I'll come down here like this, trying to show like a heavy blitz look. And then what we can also do out of this that we didn't even get into is we can kind of basically zone out and basically do it kind of almost like this. Let me put this guy on the left on a flat. But basically just do a cover three shell like this. Now they block a tight end. Now we get one-on-ones on the outside and we just kind of live with the sheds. Because if they block a tight end in this game, that's going to hurt their route combo significantly. I will say technically you can probably get pressure on a block tight end like this, as you see right here. But, that's like rare that we're going to actually do that. Again, I normally would prefer to just use her this DM like this and force them to have to respect that type of blitz consistently, which is going to then allow us to get into some of our coverage setups. I want to thank you for watching the video. Let's little breakdown on double mug. I do still enjoy running the defense. If you guys want to learn my entire 326 or 335 type defensive ebooks, those are all in our Skool community, skool.com/Cody Ballard. The link's in the description below. It gets you access to all of the ebooks for Madden and for college football for just $10. You guys can sign up by heading down to the description and clicking the link down below.